the voice of time. Before time had a name, before memory was born, your soul began a journey. It crossed worlds, bathed in the light of countless suns, and whispered its promise into the silence, to return, to learn, to awaken. You came into this life on a single, sacred day, a date written not in ink, but in energy. That day carries a vibration, an echo of who you once were, and a key to who you are becoming. This is not chance. Your birthday is the bridge between your past lives and your present path, a door your soul chose to walk through again. For those who listen, it tells the story of unfinished dreams, of love once lost and found again, of karmic lessons that call softly, lifetime after lifetime. Tonight, we travel through that ancient map of numbers and stars to rediscover what your day of birth reveals about the path your soul once walked and the destiny it continues to create. The Karmic Initiators, days 1 to 5. Those born beneath the first light, from the first to the fifth, carry the fire of beginnings. They are souls who in ages past dared to walk first. They questioned the laws of kings. They built bridges where others saw only rivers. They spoke of peace when the world knew only war. They were the bringers of dawn, and for that, they were often misunderstood. Their past lives were marked by rebellion, not for destruction, but for renewal. They stood where no one else would stand, planting seeds in ground that would not bloom for centuries. In this life, they are born again with that same spark, but now their task is different. The universe no longer asks them to ignite chaos. It asks them to hold the flame steady. Their karma is patience. Their gift, endurance. Their challenge, faith. The initiators must learn that change is not always loud. Sometimes, transformation is a whisper, a candle that burns quietly through the night so that others may find their way. The Dharma Healers, days 6 to 10. Souls born between the 6th and the 10th return as healers. In their past incarnations, they were hands that mended and hearts that gave. They comforted the dying, fed the hungry, and held the broken without seeking reward. Their love was endless, and that was their wound. They gave until their spirit ached, and when their time ended, they left this world heavy with exhaustion. Now, they return not to serve endlessly, but to remember balance. The universe calls them not to heal others alone, but to heal themselves through compassion that includes their own soul. They are empathy incarnate, but this time they must learn that compassion is not sacrifice. When they finally love themselves with the same tenderness they once gave to the world, their old karma dissolves and their healing becomes infinite. The Karmic Guardians, days 11 to 15. Those born from the 11th to the 15th are the guardians of order. In lifetimes long forgotten, they held the pillars of civilization, leaders, judges, protectors, the unseen keepers of balance. They lived by duty, not by desire. They carried the weight of entire families, entire villages, entire nations. But the burden was great, and the silence within them grew deep. Now, in this incarnation, they carry that same strength. But the lesson has shifted. This life does not demand that they hold the world, only that they trust it will not fall when they rest. Their karma is control. Their lesson is surrender. Their path is to learn that leadership is not about carrying everything, but about allowing others to rise. When they release the need to protect all things, they discover that peace was never in the structure. It was in the stillness of the heart. The Seekers of Silence, days 16 to 20. Between the 16th and 20th walk, the souls of seekers, those who once lived for truth more than for comfort. They were monks, mystics, philosophers, poets, wanderers between worlds, souls who chose solitude to hear the whisper of eternity. Their past lives were rich in knowledge, but lonely in warmth. They held the truth, but not the touch. Now they return to merge wisdom with life, to speak what they once only meditated, to live what they once only dreamed. Their karma is isolation, their task, connection. They must bring their light into the world without fear that it will be dimmed. For the seeker's silence was never meant to last forever. It was only a preparation, so that now they might teach through their presence and love without losing their depth. The Pain Transformers, days 21 to 25. From the 21st to the 25th are born the alchemists of emotion. In other lives, they walked through the fires of betrayal and loss. They were betrayed by those they trusted, abandoned by those they loved, and yet they continued to love. Their pain became their teacher, their darkness, their forge. These souls have known both the cruelty of the world and the power of forgiveness. In this life, they are called not to suffer again, but to transform. They will feel deeply more than most. But that depth is their power. When they finally see that their wounds are not curses, but sacred doorways, they begin to transmute pain into compassion, fear into faith, and endings into new beginnings. Their presence heals others without a word. They are living proof that the soul can turn sorrow into light. The Collective Awakeners, days 26 to 31. Those born between the 26th and 31st are the messengers. Their souls are vast, their vision collective. They have returned not only for their own growth, but for the awakening of the many. In past lives, they were teachers, travelers, voices that carried wisdom across oceans and centuries. They worked in silence, their influence subtle, their mission eternal. Now, they awaken again, and with them, the world shifts. Their lives may feel guided by an invisible hand. They are drawn to lead, to inspire, to build bridges between the spiritual and the human. Their karma is responsibility, their destiny, liberation. They are the souls who light the lanterns for others, often without knowing they are the source of the glow. They do not need recognition. Their purpose is not to be seen, but to illuminate. When they act with truth and humility, their life becomes a silent revolution. Now you know, your birthday was never random. It was a choice, made long before breath filled your body. The number that marks your arrival is a symbol of what your soul once carried and what it came to release. If, while listening, you felt a stir in your chest, a shiver in your heart, that was not coincidence. That was remembrance. Every soul has its cycle: birth, loss, return, awakening. And through it all, a single thread runs unbroken: the will to love more deeply, to see more clearly, to become more whole. So tonight, when you look up at the sky, remember, you are not beginning again. You are continuing. You are the echo of your own eternity.